Look at this beautiful jewel here. And these divine messages we're getting right about now. Yeah. True. This wonderment. All these repurposed slabs that were already down here. Fashioned a lovely fountain. That is sweet. Goldfish pond. Oh yeah, Cypress Creek Nature Preserve. Behind the square. Sure we'll have some messages to give us. It's very engineered already. This stuff has been here for a while. The underlying I'm talking about. The underlying blueprint and layout of this canal back here. And whoa, what are these big daddies we see right off the bat? These foundation, just retention wall, but these are gigantic stones. Come down here in this wide perfected waterway. Who knows how old these trees are? Let's go have a look at how they're rooted in and what they're attached to and what's underneath them. That'll tell you the tale. I'll give you a little yardstick to measure a few things. Okay. This tree in and of itself, how many hundred years you think this is? I didn't want to take a guess. Okay. Goodness, brother. These trees are something else. Wow, what do you know of these massive slabs that are just hanging out in the center of this canal here? Goodness. Hey, how did those land there, and why? But this is old and ancient. This ain't going nowhere. But look how, let me get in on some of this. Massive slabs. See, look under here. Same signs. Got some cooked out parts and some bubbly parts, but mostly, oh man, here we go. The mind-blowing size of this stuff. The thickness of these huge slabs. Goodness. Look how thick these guys are. This is not the handiwork of Hays County, trust me. Look how thick these stones are. This is not the handiwork of our local government. These are old world fortress walls, retention walls. My God, look at that. All right, guys, I've got to do the selfie thing just to give a little size comparison here. So y'all can see from top to bottom here, my God, that's at least 5 feet wide, at least. And like, how do you move these things around again? How would a local government move something like these around? I don't think this happened inside of our timeline here. I mean, I don't even know what to say here. This stuff is just staggering in its size. Ooh, Lord. All right, this is just right behind Old Kyle Road, leading to the square. And we're walking away from the square, just headed down the trail here. I've scouted some of this out already, but I mean, this is just the start of some of the biggest stuff that I've seen in this area so far. But again, we're just scratching the surface on this. I mean, I'm quite familiar with a lot of these areas, but once you really eyeball it and get up on it, it's just so staggering, the size of it. Moving on down the trail, I mean, this just continues to impress me. Because these things are the size, like this is the size of a van, you know? This is the size of an SUV. And just not modern. This is not showing any of the characteristics of, you know, modern anything. Where's all the industrial rebar? I don't see any of it anywhere. These are just finely carved, now melted, strewn in disarray because of everything that cooked out and just started to slide. Look how huge. Unreal. Here you go, look at here. Cook, man. Bakety, bakety, bake. Pock, 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 pock. Unreal. These slabs are just all leaning whichever way. I mean, they just fell over onto themselves and got stuck in an upright position. Are you kidding me? The massive weight that these things must be. Who knows? You can guess how many tons each one of these are. Of course, these weren't quarried out of anything. They had to be fashioned. They were poured. This is like a fine concrete that they can put into any shape they want. I bet. That's my theories on all this stuff. They didn't just go cut this out of the earth somewhere with a saw or some kind of implement. Okay, so then let's take this to the saw. The size saw you would need to, you know, excise this from the side of a natural mountain. If you're telling me that's what happened and that's how these got here, you know, so just a few little questions and it all crumbles in on itself, you know. The narrative, or the spoken and the unspoken, about our history. Just all this stuff is just yelling, hey, look at me, you know, if you dare. Look how squared off all this is. This wall. Good God, look over here, bro. Unreal. The straight lines, the corners. See, today y'all are bra. Tomorrow, who knows what you will be to me. Well, and this one down here on the right, this is the size of a bus. I mean, come on, video kids. Video's not really doing the size of these justice, so I'm giving you all these comparisons. Sweeping on down here, the candy show continues. They're everywhere. Baked and bubbly. So on the way up here, I was just thinking about this whole baked out scenario, or what might be affecting this, you know, how it's, what type of energy strike it is. It's so like, it had to have been so focused. That's why I lean toward energy something or another, like decisive hits or decisive meltings, you know, targets, because you think about the mass of the stuff and the size and the density of it. You know, even if you had an asteroid or something, and that's just, you know, that's the least likely thing. But you see how it's almost like the stuff got microwaved, or not conventionally scorched, not conventionally burned. And this stuff is huge back here. Look, and it's all running out these portholes within the face of these fortress walls. This is just, again, the primary word for me is just staggering. Moving on down the trail. Party continues. And just the cooked stone show just continues. Again, if you just take in the whole big picture here, wow, look at all the honeysuckle. You got engineered waterway adjacent to this fortress wall, staggering in size, and oh my God, look at this. Just glaring in your face, obvious, man-made fortress wall. And all it had to be was just retention and a foundation. And who knows how deeply this structure is buried. I mean, it might really go down much further, or even if these were just, you know, creekside apartments, man, just like these were, but still just like next level stuff, like fortresses, man, not rinky-dink, not temporary. These were placed here by a high-tech world. See how this drainage hole is a friendly little seam all the way up the deal. Well, maybe not all the way up, but just look at this, man. Look at the rubble inside of it. Cooked out slab. Look at here. Cooked out, microwaved, irradiated. Some kind of a process that just bubbled this and melted it. Because again, it's almost like something locked in on it and then it just ran current through it. So like a microwave that doesn't, kind of heats it from the inside out. Ooh, that's what happened. Or that's another road you could go down, another path of thought you could, you know, try on and see. But one way or another, it's melty, runny, but it's like the smoothed over superficial part. You see, it bubbled on the top in the external fascia of it, but still maintained its blocky shape. I mean, that's what makes me feel like it was cooked from the inside out. Maybe, you know, the energy that hit it. So that's another path to consider. But one way or another, I mean, look at all this. It's runny. And down here. And just, you know, take yourself back to this place in its heyday. What a heaven, a literal heaven on earth this must have been. I mean, at the end of the day, why should we even really be surprised that it's all so perfect and tight and orderly, this reality is of order. There's a divine order in everything, and a perfection in the way it all fits together, light, sound, sun, moon, and stars. Those are the gears of this clockwork system, this perfect divine clockworks that keeps perfect time. And those are those nodal points of God that shimmer and shine down on us and cast their influence over us and affect us down here in the water world. But again, all that divine order, as above, so below, it shouldn't surprise us that, the first step down of the Creator is going to produce men and women, a society that are closer and still very near itself, near God. Whereas, it just degrades generationally after that, which is where we are, down here at the bottom of the bell curve. We're not at the top of the evolutionary technological peak. We are at the bottom. But, consciousness and all of it follows the sweeping epochs of, the sine wave. Right ascension, spring, Aries, and cycling through the 12 disciples through the 12 influencers of the sun itself. The sun is the governor. Anyway, all these. This is the fabric of this reality here. They are the governors. They are the archangels. They are the fabric of the God game. And they run in clockwork precision, and that is reflected down here as well, and that would have been reflected in the frequency of, the first rungs down from, the fall. So now, who knows how many resets and generations down from that we are, but, we're, from Aries to Capricorn, from the ram to the goat, where do you think we are now? This world is rocking with the goat, so there's a lot of things that are, basically it's free will run amok, and it's just everything built to fail. It's Babylon. You're watching it all burn down on itself right now, so fear not, no need to resist, just ride the wave. And just tend to your own garden here. Your body is the foundation. It's the first thing. But what you put into your mind, is it truth or is it just more of the illusion? Do you need to be in a pretend world to feel comfortable, or do you want to face the truth of what's here and who we are? The connection to our past, which is the connection to a highly refined grid system that essentially powered itself, and the people worked in harmony with the terra firma down here, and engineered all this perfection and layout to serve us all, to please us all, but in the right way. And somehow or another, a hack came in, or maybe, just generations, de-degradation over time, and and wicked things can manifest, or just sludgier things, can be the predominant force, and that doesn't mean that any of it is. See, in this game, in the God game, this divinely created perfection, it's all God, so the ugly things are meant to teach us also, So society run amok, and the controllers, the people that continue to feed us disinformation and lies about who we are and what we are and our true power and our connection to the creation itself, and just how to maximize our life and our health here. None of that's being talked about. It's all Cardi B and You know what I'm saying? It's just like, this is what they push and glorify to our children, you know. And maybe it's always been that way, just within the music can be commandeered, because that's the sound is the primal force that brings things into existence here. Sound does it. But down here in this water world, you know, she rules, because she's the fertile soil, she's the womb. This is the waters where we come to be born and exist in this physical. So yeah, I mean, look, just physically, our bodies are just water-based. All of it's water, you know, blood, all the waters of our body. So we got to get we got to tweak that system, you know. If you get your pH right, get your body blood sugars right, all the waters, the rest snaps into its natural form, which is, you know, the light code holds the form and brings it into manifestation through your body. So you serve this tight little avatar to drive around here and experience this life, and you know, its richness and just love and all the levels, you know, from the heart level down to the bottom, survival, and you know, what you eat. And it's like you have to master all these different levels to ascend, if you will. But yeah, just, you know, if you can burn cleaner, you will strengthen your own frequency, your own current. You know, down in the water world, everything swims and flows and exists, you know, sound waves. And then the dense, you know, the waters themselves, the liquid water, and then the up, finer, higher, just ether, you know, just the air, the finer oxygen itself, you know, that ether. So all these different layers, we're down here. We've been given this heart space, this earth, this, you know, it's an anagram for the heart, earth is. So we're supposed to get in balance with this again. So here we are, we've fallen into ruin, but on top of all this perfection and this beauty, you know, it can't be squelched. It can be damaged and melted and dismembered. But see that beautiful sparkle, that water there? That's what enticed every one of us to come here. Is it not? You see where I'm headed with all this? Turtle party, man. Living that hill country life. The thing about truth is it's always right there. Truth is always right there, smacking its lips in your face, waiting for you to finally see it. Because they can't hide it, really. It's just too in the way all the time. That's why they have to invert and suppress. I mean, you know, just the wave of censorship in our world these days should tell you something. It's like, let free speech rule, let the best ideas win, let people talk about stuff. I mean, why not? We're supposed to be in a free country, right? But the first tell and proof that we are not really, just the fact that, you know, they corporatize themselves out of needing to, you know, abide by our individual liberties and rights and free speeches and that kind of thing, in lieu of, you know, we're a privatized organization, we run the narrative, you know, our financial interests have to gatekeep perceptions and ideas and gatekeep your opinions and give you your opinions and squelch any kind of honest debate about anything or just conversation, you know, because, you know, Science is never settled, you know. Natural science should always be up for, you know, the Q&A of, does it prove itself out over testable, repeatable things, or is it just numbers on a chalkboard, you know, pie in the sky, trust us on this dark matter thing, or, you know, trust us, you're this or you're that, you know. I think we could still exercise our abilities, our God-given right to question everything, right? And just have friendly, civil conversations about our experience here in this realm, you know. I guess it's going to be a little bit different for everybody, but it's all built off the same things. So, you know, the common threads are all the same. We just have to work our way back to the middle. Some of us are, you know, on the merry-go-round, flung out to the outer edges of it, and, you know, struggling to hold on and stay on to the dang thing. And then other people find a way to get in the middle where they're not overtly swung to the left or to the right, you know what I'm saying? So we'll get into that central point in all ways in life is the golden key. And let's just handle each other with kindness, right? Yeah, this place is a masterwork. I mean, there's no denying the vibes and the frequency of this entire kingdom, this entire valley, just the whole I-35 corridor, and all the history that it holds, and all the tech that is built out within it. You guys, thanks for following. Like and subscribe, share. Thank you. You see this sweet girl, not a care in the world. And she's painting. So she's showing you right here. Bring this world into being with sound. Paint this world into being with sound.